All right. Today's session is totally devoted to coaching and academics in the new norm. It will be delivered by myself and Betty. Betty is SISE Plus PPD Bhd. She's a specialist in English, curriculum and instruction. I'm an educational advisor and I just finished a lovely coaching course with ICF and VPED. I want to share today's objectives with you. Today, we would like you to walk away and understand the value of coaching for self-improvement, to know the potential impact coaching can have on academics and systems in schools. The definition of coaching, we actually took the definition of ICF today. And ICF defines coaching as partnering with clients in a thought-provoking and creative process that inspires to maximize their personal and professional talent. And there's so many definitions to it. But at VPED, we go with this definition because we have now lived it. We have seen that actually it's a partnering with a client for thought-provoking and creative process that inspires to maximize their personal and professional potential. Now, we would have done a poll. Instead of doing the poll, because of the technical problems, I would like you to look at the screen and I want you to put in your chat box, I want you to put 4 answers. Do you think there is a need for coaching in schools? Do you believe coaching can change school culture? Do you think coaching can impact academic achievement? Do you feel coaching has a place in the new norm? So everyone in the chat box will have 4 answers and we will kind of have a look at it after as a group. Can you start by giving your answers in the chat group, please? Okay, so I've got a lot of yeses. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, yes to all. Okay. Totally yes. Okay, all yeses. Good. Yes to all. Okay, more people coming. Yes. Okay. 1 more minute. There's no no's. So everybody is in agreement. We need coaching. That is fantastic.
Yeah, great. All agree.
Everybody agrees. Coaching. I think the coaches who's present today. Okay, we've got some answers here. Desmond Chong says, yes, coaching is yes, and it should, provided it is targeted correctly. Someone needs to show the way. Okay, good answers, Desmond. Thank you. Nurul? Number 4, Nurul says, number 4 might be a challenging one. Do you feel coaching is a new, do you feel coaching has a place in the new norm? Nurul, we're going to call you on that one. We're going to ask you, and we're going to call on Jasmane to actually maybe just a little bit give an explanation of who the someone should be, or how the what do you mean with targeting it correctly? All right, great answers coming in. All right, so I'm going to sum it up. We would have had a poll and it would have just shown all the answers on the spreadsheet, and everybody would have been able to see. But we are educators, we improvise. So we are improvising, and Nurul, if you don't mind, can you unmute and just share your thoughts on why you think it might be a bit challenging? Nurul, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Yes, thank you, Jasmine. I just feel number 4 might be challenging because nothing beat coaching face to face than doing online, because this new norm we have to limit our meeting, the social distancing and all. So that's what I meant when I wrote that.
Thank you. Betty, did you hear that?
Yes, yes, I heard.
Yes, thank you for that, Nurul. That is fantastic. Betty's going to touch on that a little bit later. Thank you so much. We're gonna actually discuss that, the challenge of that. Thank you. Desmond Chong, the input from you. Desmond, are you there? Okay, he did respond. If you can all look in the chat, he says, he thinks that everybody is kind of lost in the new norm. And it is good that someone is trying to show us how to do it. Thank you for that. All right, any other input at this point? Nope. Okay, I think everybody is clear on that there's a need for coaching. Nobody said coaching is not needed. And I think the SISA Plus people are feeling very happy now. And our coaches at least said, yeah, the coach who is here today. So good. There is a need for coaching. I want to touch on something, the evidence of impact on organizational change. So organizations has been, I think, for a couple of years now, just been increasing coaching in their workplaces, within organizations, and it impacts individuals. And I'm going to share a video just to show how someone who never thought of coaching due to a busy life, or it's just not like, just don't have the time for coaching, how it can change. And I want you to look at it and watch it and really look at the words on the screen. Okay, stop that. And I'm so sharing my screen differently. So you've all watched the video now, and I think everyone has got his own thought. But what are your thoughts? Why do you need coaching? Why? Let's not make it general and let's make it personal. Why do you think coaching is needed? Everybody said, yes, we want coaching. We want coaching. And what is your expectation of coaching, right? Please feel free to answer in the chat as I go along and as I speak. Research shows that coaching does not train but develop people. We have the mindset that someone is coming to coach to offer solutions and tell us what to do. That is not what coaching is about. And doing a course in coaching has actually has empowered me. The video was, I did that video, but coaching empowers. And suddenly there was a mind shift that I expected people to tell me what to do and how to do it. It never did. It empowered. So coaching needs to empower, right? So I'm one person everybody in an organization start feeling like that and adopting that and skilling themselves and being open to change, this is the impact it can have on organizational change. I'm talking about change on people. People change systems. People change relationships. So coaching is about you. The coach will say it's all about you. All right? And that is important for coaches to know, for leaders to know, and for coaching to know. We would have had a breakout room, and that's not going to be possible. So I'm going to have to improvise again because our host has been, there's some technical problem. What is the current reality and future expectations in schools? Or in your setting, you might not be in a school. What is the current reality? And I'm going to put the next slide up. We're going to have to do a chat, and I'm going to call on people in the meeting to answer questions verbally. So again, look at these questions. These 5. Why do you need coaching? Let's give every question 1 minute. Can you put your answer in the chat? Why do you think you need coaching? This is not to address an issue you might be facing. Just why do you think coaching? Because you said, yes, we all need coaching. But why do you need coaching? People just put an answer in the chat box, and we'll give each one. So we spend 5 minutes on the question. Why do you think you need coaching? Please number your answers. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And if you're ready, answer number 2. Is there a coaching program or system in place in school? Number 3, is it working? Number 4, why do you think it is working or not working? Number 5, how can you benefit from a coaching program? Sorry about that. I'm going to look at the answers. This is challenges in the structured relationship. Okay, very good answer. Non-judgmental. Okay, that's one of a very good answer. Shoba, sometimes we don't see all aspects of an issue. Coaching helps to explore different options. Okay, Henley. Everyone, no matter how good, can improve. Yes, but affected by COVID-14. Okay. 3 and 4, surely well done. Many factors determining the success. Okay, David is not in the coaching position. Okay. Vera says there's too much work to be done. It's not working. Andrea says she needs someone to guide and motivate. Working well. It's not working well. Okay. It's improving in the process. It is not working well in the norm, in the new norm. Change of mindset for further growth. Shanti, to enable me to get the right support that allows to find my own solution. Thank you, Shanti. It's about empowering. Well done. Good answer. Oh, I will definitely learn for those more knowledgeable. From those, yeah. Thank you. Okay, David says, I would benefit from the model and skills from my coach if I had one. Another answer, most of the time not working well as there is little. Thank you for that. I'm gonna give a few people a chance to answer more, not anymore in the chat. And I'm gonna stop share for a few seconds. Well, you've all read some of the answers and you are free to still read some of it. So I'm asking now, if there's anyone here who would like to give a verbal answer. Why do you think systems, the current system in your school, or why is it not working? What are the causes? Anybody who wants to, or just in general, can anybody expand on why things are not working? One person in the chat said, because of the workload. There's no time for coaching, right? So just saying that, that's a coachable issue, right? That's a coachable issue identified already, right? And if we look at our questions again, how can you benefit from a coaching program? You can benefit, if we look at our chat, for a change of mindset for further growth, to learn from the strengths of others, right? The answers here, I would benefit from the modeling skills from my coach if I had one. Three things are identified: a model, skills, and the need for a coach. So if we look at this, what do we see? We see that definitely coaching is a need, like we said at the beginning, and that we are already able to identify why things are not working and how we can benefit. The real impact we want to see as educators, I have to share my screen again. The real impact we want to see is the evidence of it on academics and school culture. Over to you, Betty.
Yeah, hello. Okay, so sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes?
Well, all right. What does research say about how coaching can transform a school? So all this while, we relied on a small percentage of teachers, maybe around 20%, who were truly engaging in innovative pedagogical shifts. So this comes to the realization that how can we successfully ensure all teachers have the confidence and skills needed to transform learning in their classrooms? Okay, so we need to identify coachable issues. We need to develop all teachers, not just rely on those 20%. We need everyone to play a role in the school and develop them so they all together can really address the issues in the schools, and they can really transform the school, especially the teaching and learning and also the work culture. Okay.
Okay. And if I can just add to that, while we were preparing for this webinar, this actually comes from a school who regularly had visitors to the school. And what happened was, they relied on this small percentage of teachers. Whenever the visitors came, they only went to go see these classes. And I don't know if it sounds familiar to you. We saw the need to actually talk about the real life situations. So in the end, the leaders in the school said, how can we ensure all teachers have the confidence and we have the faith and we value them the same as we value the others? So they resorted to coaching by identifying coachable issues. Now, there are many issues in schools, and not only in schools, in organizations, in workplaces. But this was a way they actually realized every time we have these visitors, 20% of our staff is targeted for people to go and visit, and how does it make the rest of our staff feel? Are we really the good school that is portrayed in the media? Or are we really the good organization that is portrayed to the visitors by showing them 20% of our school? Yeah. And this is how, one of the ways where you actually determine the need for coaching. Right. Now, the next one is saying, is there evidence that coaching will result in increased student achievement? Yes, overwhelming evidence on the internet. But for the purposes of this webinar, this 1 hour webinar, we looked at where do we start? And we came to the conclusion, after doing research and thinking about it and sharing experience, is to start with leadership. And you start at the top. And it will have this effect. Firstly, distributed leadership. When leaders are coached, they find solutions, right? They apply and implement. There are more organized school systems following. High quality teaching and learning will be a result of that. It's inevitable. And then improve student attainment. And then the arrows go back down. It needs to keep going. It's like an engine. It needs to keep functioning. So yes, is there evidence? Go online, Google it. But where do we start? We start at the top. Because if we start at the top, our leaders are solid. The foundation is laid. And then we tackle the systems, the teaching and learning, the students, the teachers, the parents, the administration. Over to you, Betty.
Okay, as explained by Jasmine just now, we need to start from the top. So to have effective coaching, we know that a coaching program is effective when it creates a culture of collaboration and it gets teachers to engage in reflective practices. And this is proven by the 2004 Annenberg report, where effective coaching encourages collaborative, reflective practice. And once you have this effective coaching, we can really change the culture of the school or a system. Thus, instructional change will happen. And like what was explained earlier, effective coaching, we need to start from the top. So we need to coach our leaders. We need to build that distributed leadership so that the focus will be on teaching and learning and the quality of the school will be raised. So those are the things that we can do with coaching, provided it is effective.
Yes, the word is effective coaching. And I look at the chat and I just see people are really harping on that. Coach and need mismatches.
Yeah, I read that too.
Yeah. I get assigned to a coach who is not the best match, or there isn't a coach around. Right. That is a sign of it's ineffective. The system is ineffective, the program. Ashrifa is saying the consequent principle of coaching is far more clear to execute at school, especially among school leaders. It's a issue, and thanks for pointing that out. The causes. Poor management, especially during this pandemic, everything needed to be rushed. Everyone needs a coach. Yes, we hear you, Betty. All right. So, because we couldn't have the breakout rooms, I'm going to ask our people who would have been our leading the sessions in the breaking rooms to look at the chat. Can you please look in the chat and start kind of communicating in the chat to actually make this more interactive, answer people on what they are saying in the chat. Right? So yes, thanks for that, Betty. Now I'm gonna, and also the rest of the audience, just please feel free to answer and communicate in the chat. And we do apologize again for our technical problem. So what works best? Is there a model that is most effective? There's many models. Can you type a name of a model you are all familiar with? Is it a model that you are familiar with?
Yeah, I think we get the responses from them, from the participants. Why don't you type in what are the models that you are familiar with?
Which model do you know? Do you know coaching model you name a model you are using?
Okay, they say grow.
Grow. Okay, nice answer.
Impact cycle.
Impact cycle by Jim Knight. All right. Anybody else familiar with any models? Okay, at the moment we have two. We have grow and we have model impact cycle. Embed uses a model, the e-grow model. So today we're not going to discuss models because we don't have the time. But yes, the model is important. The main thing is to choose a model, adopt a model that suits the school's needs. What are the school's needs? How are you going to match the model to that? A model with coaches that relate to your strengths and weaknesses. I am going back to David's response in the chat, and he says, actually, I can be matched to a coach that we don't really identify, right? So you need to have someone that relates to your strengths and your weaknesses, knows the school, knows the organization, and it doesn't. And sometimes you can get a coach outside that can be very effective, yeah? Because we coach the issue, and you become the coach. You become the important one. But because of the system, we have SISC Plus. The system SISC Plus is familiar with the nature of work and what needs to be done in schools. We also need to use a model that empowers and transforms, right? A model that allows individuals to find their own solutions and apply to bring change. Earlier, Shant in the chat highlighted that actually coaching should make you find solutions and make it empower you to bring change, the change you want or need or the development. We're going to touch on who needs coaching. We've already said to have academic impact, we need to look at starting with leadership first, and that's why we have leadership. Teachers need coaching, administration need coaching, parents, students. When do we coach? When things are going really well. Thank you, Henley. I remember your response saying that actually anyone can change it, and even people who are very good. So here we go. When do you coach? When things are going really well, to move to the next level. And when things are not going well, to find solutions. Also, what do we need coaching for? I consulted with our SC Plus. And today and the pandemic, there are so many saying that actually due to COVID, the system is not working. Well-being. Are we really pausing to think of our well-being at this time? And now I am reflecting on our objective, well-being, the new norm, professional relationship. Do we need coaching to develop that? Distributed leadership, is it coachable? Managing workload. Someone in chat said, the system is not working, there's no time for coaching. Due to no time. Improving systems. This is one of the main aims of coaching, to improve individuals, to find solutions to improve systems. Student attainment. Of course, it's a coachable issue. It depends on how we're going to address it as a coach. Why do we coach? Firstly, this is where I personally benefited most from a coaching course. I became more self-aware about what coaching is. The one thing I will always remember about coaching is that it made me gain a better understanding of others. All of a sudden, it was not about me. And all of a sudden, the world and my vision and everything just became bigger. You gain a better understanding of others. Improved ability to communicate. Think before you speak. Coaching brings that. A coaching course, going on a coaching course and actually practicing coaching on a regular basis and making yourself available as a coachee, you cannot miss out on improving your ability to communicate. And you gain skills to coach others. So this why is actually was the game changer. I'm going to move on to where do you coach? In a safe space where both the coachee and the coach feel comfortable. And sometimes people don't feel comfortable having a coach come to school and see them somewhere. So that is something that needs to be discussed and decided on with good consideration in the school or any organization where coaching takes place. How do we coach? Betty reflected on effective coaching, effectively, professionally, and purposefully for outcomes. Accountability is important. In a coaching session, when there's options and solutions are found or targets are set, it needs to be purposeful. And both the coach and coaching needs to be accountable. One of the things in the video that was like reflected on was confidentiality. The video also said, today, almost anything or everything you say can go viral almost immediately. If people are not going to step out and say we need coaching, they need confidentiality. And the last point I mentioned here was with accountability and expected outcomes, there needs to be something a light at the end of the tunnel. Any input at this point from anyone in the audience? All right, thank you. Betty, over to you.
Okay, thank you. Before I move on to e-coaching, I just like to respond on what coaches can do in the time of COVID-19 in this new norm, because I myself experienced lots of struggles to reach out to my coaches. So I think the most crucial step in coaching at this time would be to really observe what's happening to people and organization. In my case, I think in all of our case, we need to know what's going on in schools and with the teachers, with the students, and the learning environment. We understand that now teachers are stressed. Okay, we've been listening to them. They're trying to adjust with the new norms, and in addition, students are generally demotivated, or maybe they are so used to be at home learning and the comfort of their home. So now they are in schools, and with the new norms, they might feel demotivated as well, and they could not really focus on learning with the school environment. So as a result, seeing students like that, teachers will feel demotivated. They might feel dejected, looking at the attention that the students pay to them. And with this kind of situation, I think we need to find ways to support the teachers. And whatever we are trying to coach, it must be relevant to their needs. So for me, I will look at 3 major focus. Okay, first one, it would be to support teachers in talking about their biggest challenges right at this moment. So I would like to spend some time listening to them and explore some of their worries, maybe try to come up with an agreement on a goal and a way forward. We don't just listen to their problems, we also have to move them forward. So like Jasmine said before, we can coach well-being. So this is it. They really need someone to listen to their worries, and maybe they don't have any problems. It's just that when they are in that situation, they're kind of lost, and we just maybe try to get them to see a clear path on what they can do next. So we are not giving them solutions, we're just clearing the clutters for them to be able to move forward. So that's one thing that we can focus on when we go coaching. And the next one will be digital learning. Suddenly everyone needs to be competent in using technology, to embrace technology in teaching and learning. So there are various layers. When we look at digital learning, I will look at teachers who are technologically challenged, so how we can help them. And then we also have problems with access.
Okay, Betty, we can't hear you anymore. Betty? All right. Okay, we've got another technical glitch. So Can you hear me? Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? Because I can't hear Betty anymore. All right. So Betty is in Sabah and I know the connection. Okay, George Lim. I know the Sabah can go bad sometimes. Okay. So can we look at the chat? Can we just stand together and actually look at the chat? There's a lot of things coming in, very interesting. Connectivity. Connectivity is definitely a challenge in the new norm. I agree with that. So without any further ado, a lot has been said today. How do we move from here? Why did we have this webinar? Yes, to raise awareness, to tell you what's available, to make you aware your SISE Plus Day there. Yes. And to share ideas. I mean, this technical glitch for me is not a big thing. As an educator, we have it in us. When something like this happens, we need to support each other. And I want to address that. Coaching cannot happen if there's a problem and you cannot support each other. It's a big thing. And this is one of the examples of it. Yes, we couldn't have breakout rooms and we couldn't have this, but we have each other. And that is the most important thing. So in your school, in your organization, at PPD, wherever you are, if the problem, don't focus on the problem, focus on the solution. If you're going to use coaching as a program, think about what model you need, what do you need to have to make that program work, right? As an individual, you need to identify and acknowledge that you are coachable and that you are open to coaching. So now we need to focus on another thing, e-coaching. Betty mentioned e-coaching. We also mentioned a safe place. Coaching needs to be happening in a safe place. E-coaching is an option. I did e-coaching. It changed me and it's still changing millions and thousands of people around the world. What are the next steps in the new norm? There are programs out there, right? I'm a LibEdian, so I speak about LibEd. So there is a foundation to coaching program available. If you want to step outside SISE Plus or what you already have, and if you look at this now, do you see my screen? Can you all see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so there's a foundation to coaching program. It's open for registration. If you feel you need to send one of your leaders, one of your teachers, because the need for qualified coaches, it's big. Register now, right? I'm going to put the link to this in the chat and you can save it and visit this and look at the course overview. It's a 5-day program. That's the learning outcomes. We're talking about applying the 11 ICF core competencies in the formal coaching sessions. This is the outline of the 5-day program, the learning outcomes, the training schedule, and what you will get. 20 hours over 5 days online, 1 coaching clinic session, personalized feedback from ICF credentialed coaches, guidance to become a professional ICF coach. So if you need that in your organization or your school, you have this kind of money around, register now. So to summarize, I think we've touched on a lot of things. It's not rocket science, but sometimes we kind of have to narrow it down and zoom in on the things that's important. Who needs coaching? How do you coach? And it cannot be done in a webinar over 1 hour. I would advise that if you really have the need for coaching or do you want to become a professional coach, we've shown you who to consult. Of course, in schools, it's SISE Plus. But if you want to become a coach and learn more about coaching, feel free to go on that website. And I'm going to put the thing in the chat now, the link. You can also go to the LEPED website and have a look at Foundation to Coaching course. With that, I don't think I have anything else to share. I'm going to call on Shoba if she wants to have anything to say. Shoba, are you there? All right, I think we've come to the end of our session. We don't have any marketing slides.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, sir. Shoba, you're there.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Shoba.
All right, that's great. Hi, everyone. I'm Shoba McIntyre from PPD Papar. Okay, and right now I'm going to introduce Wong Yiling from Leaderonomics Sdn Bhd to give a short sharing before we give you the SPL KPM link. And before we do that, we want to say thank you very much to LEPED for doing an amazing job with this talk. Thank you very much, Jasmine. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you, Shoba. You're welcome.
All right. And thank you so much to our dear colleague, Betty. Betty De Primus, are you there?
Yes, dear Shoba.
From
Thank you.
PPD Papar.
Thank you very much, Shoba. And sorry for the problems just now.
Okay. All right, awesome. Sorry, we are having line issues. Oh no, don't worry, don't worry. What do you call it? We are having technical issues even here on our side in Papar. So without wasting more of your time, let me introduce Wong Yiling to you from Leaderonomics. Yiling, are you there?
Yes. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, Yiling.
Okay, hi. Hi, Jasmine and Betty. Thank you so much about giving the input on coaching. I thought I want to show you a video first, to show all of you a video on, the title of the video is called Be a Fassi, Facilitator. These are young facilitators. Just have a look at what they share about, what they learn about being a facilitator / coach.
Interesting.
All good?
Saya percaya apabila kita memberi yang terbaik untuk anak-anak ini, kita dapat melihat perubahan yang baik dalam anak-anak ini. Dan apabila kita melabur secara yang terbaik, kita boleh melihat ada perubahan yang positif dalam kehidupan anak-anak ini.
I've actually learned responsibility because I have never been exposed to this type of activity where I have to guide these kids in doing their tasks. I've also learned leadership because I have been leading these kids for the activation camp week. Thank you.
I want to be a Fassi because I want to learn how to be a leader. Leaders need to be punctual, responsibility, good attitude, initiative, and helpful. I want to be a Fassi because I want to impact my students that I'm teaching.
I think by being a Fassi, it really changed how I think a lot, because usually I always think kids is kids, they only know how to play. But when I join this club and when I become a Fassi, I can see sometimes they think more than us adults do. And then I think they really teach me how to be patient, because sometimes when I feel stressed with some of the members, even the group leader will just come down and will straight away talk, and I can see how I am actually learning from them and how I learn to be a better person by watching all of the kids doing the thing together.
Saya mau menjadi seorang Fassi sebab saya mau mencipta pengalaman yang baru dalam hidup saya, dan saya yakin saya dapat membina hidup saya lebih lagi bertanggung jawab, bersopan santun, rasional dalam tindakan, dan saya dapat membina diri saya untuk lebih maju lagi.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes. So that's a short video, yeah, to share with you some students who are being facilitators in some of our programs. Once again, I want to introduce myself. I'm Yiling, and I'm from the Leaderonomics Club. Let me share with you about what we do in Leaderonomics Club. We have our program is approved by the Ministry of Education Malaysia. Yeah, so we do Leaderonomics clubs in schools, especially during the co-curriculum time. So here's a snapshot of what we have been doing across Malaysia, even in Brunei as well as in Cambodia. So we do Leaderonomics clubs in majority in secondary school as well as in primary school, in private school, government schools majority, and as well as in international school too. So these are the program. In Leaderonomics, we also do train the trainer session, just like just now when we want to do a Leaderonomics clubs, we also want to raise up coaches, we want to raise up facilitators that can facilitate the Leaderonomics clubs in school. All right, so let me share with you, this is one of the program we do, is train the trainer. Over 4 hours is a physical session. In the 4-hour session, we will cover topics like introducing what is Leaderonomics all about. Why am I here? Well, not everybody who attends the trainer is straight away automatically you become a coach to a club. Maybe some just want to come in and observe and see whether this is something that I want to do. Yeah, we welcome you the same. And we also talk about how to start a Leaderonomics clubs. So in schools, right, we have clubs like Pembimbing Rakan Sebaya, Rukun Negara, Pencegah Jenayah, Club Pencegah Jenayah, yes. So some of these clubs, right, they do not have any programs or materials to do. So they actually adopt our program, our materials, and they take it and we train the teacher, and the teacher actually run it in the school. Yeah. How to be a lead coach, training design and demo. As you can see from the pictures, we have interactive sessions where we get teachers to role play, audition, and having a fun time together. Sharing with you too our curriculum and books. We have altogether 5 books that we use that cover 49 character traits from volume 1 up to volume 5. We have lesson plans, slides, videos already available in Bahasa, Chinese, as well as in English. So what we do is we train up teachers, coaches, and they take our materials and they will be using it in their school. So now this is the important slide. So feel free to snap a picture of it. So this is upcoming programs that we will be having from now up till next year, that we are going to be in different states. Hopefully by then, hopefully COVID will be better by then. No COVID, yes. By then, yeah, and we will get to do these sessions there. It will be on Saturday, 4 hours, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Don't worry, those of you who, some of the states are not here, like Perak, Perlis, Kedah, right? No worries. Just contact me. My phone number is there. Just contact me if you would like to set up a date to do a trainer in your school. In the past, we have done TTT sessions for PPD in Papar, in Terengganu, Kelantan, and even in Malacca as well, where we have the whole district teachers actually involved in it. We actually conduct the session, and after that, the teachers will contact us to get the materials to start Leaderonomics clubs in their school. So yes, that's the sharing that I have for today. And thank you once again for all of you teachers. You have been investing in the lives of students. Really salute you and proud of you for what you have been doing. Keep up the good work, just like what you have seen in the video earlier on. even the young people, right, they are also learning how to become a coach, becoming a facilitator. What's more about what you are doing, the great work that you are doing. Keep it up, and all the best to you, teachers. Thank you. Over back to Shobha.
Okay, hi everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Shobha.
All right, awesome. So there are just a few things that I want to share with you before we end. Okay, so some of you are wondering why do we have this Santai talks and stuff like that. It's actually a collaboration between Leaderonomics and PPD Papar, where we are actually creating a platform for CPD, continuous professional development of teachers. And later we will also do this for students as well. So our talk today with LeapEd, okay, is because we want to collaborate with people and invite speakers who actually have relevant topics like the one today to further enhance what it is that we do. And if there are any one of you today who actually would like to be a speaker on Santai Talk, which is what you're on today, feel free to contact me at PPD Papar. And if you have any more information that you need about LeapEd, please contact Jasmine. You can get her contact information from us. Jasmine, is that okay?
Yes, that's fine.
Yes. All right. Anything about Leaderonomics, you can contact Eling. Anything to do with Santai Talks from PPD Papa and Leaderonomics, you can contact me. Okay, now before I end, I'm going to share with you just two more things. Okay, the first one is I'm going to share with you what Leaderonomics looks like in Papar. Okay, so this is a sharing from a school and by the teacher coach. Please let me know if you can you hear this?
We can see you. Okay, Shobha, I don't think you turned on the sound, but I think it's okay. We can look at
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sorry you guys couldn't hear the sound. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to send you the link for this so that you can, hold on, just let me just send this to you quickly. Okay, so I'm sending you the link, and last but not least, wait, where's the chat room? Hold on, just give me a second. Okay. So this is the link, and if you have questions on, you want to talk to the teachers in Papar about Leaderonomics and how we are using it in our schools and stuff like that, please feel free to contact us. And finally, before we go, we'd love for you to take the screenshot of SPL KPM. Please let me know if you see this. Hold on. Okay, do you see this? Can someone respond? Can you see this?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, so please screenshot this. And there's another slide for you to screenshot, which is this one right here. So we actually have a WhatsApp group where we actually share all our future talks in this group. And also, if you want to get in touch with us, you can join this group. And if anyone here actually wants to be a speaker for our next talk, do contact us. Okay, so thank you so much, Leap Ed. We love you. Thank you for doing this for us. Don't worry about the technical glitch. Thank you, Leaderonomics, and thank you to all the participants here who have waited with us right to the very end of this talk. Congratulations to all of y'all. Please give yourselves a pat on your back or just cheer for yourselves. And if you have any more questions, you can ask us at the chat. If not, you are free to leave. So thank you so much from all of us. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.